You're burnt out because you're accepting bare minimum from others and yourself. I'm Karina, I'm a health coach. If you guys want to join me on my coaching journey, one-on-one coaching, or you want to do group coaching, everything is going to be in the description. And I also did put out a planner package. So that's going to have like a daily planner, goals, self-reflection sheets, and just some good planners for like the year, just everything that you guys would need to kind of organize and help structure your life a little bit and your health routines. So definitely go check that out, and let's get back to this video. I want you guys to think about, when you feel drained, do you feel like you were not compensated properly? Either at work. So a lot of the times people feel drained at work, and most of the time you're feeling drained at work because you're not getting paid enough. You're not getting paid enough to indulge yourself in luxuries afterwards. So let's say you are working too hard. You come home, you have to still like cook for yourself. There's no time for self-care, okay? You have to physically like cut it out of your day to do self-care. You wouldn't feel as drained if you were paid more. And if you had that extra money to maybe go and get yourself a personal chef, or if you had the money to go get meals already made and prepared for on your lunch break, or you had enough money to go to the spa to feel more rejuvenated and reset. This is the same principle that applies in your life with your own standards that you set for yourself. So when you set your own standards, your bare minimums, this is in relationships, work, and with your personal life, okay? Those are the three categories. We just talked about work, and it's kind of simple. You already know your bare minimums. What's basically like what you're willing to get paid, the bare minimum of what you're willing to get paid to do the work, because your time is money, and if you're exchanging 1 hour of your time for minimum wage, you're most likely going to feel burnt out and kind of, it's not going to feel as fueling to you, okay? And if that works for you, that works for you. This is for the people that feel drained, burnt out. Okay, moving on to personal life. In the category of relationships, you always set a bare minimum of what you expect from your partner. Usually people have the bare minimums of no cheating, they communicate, they are trustworthy, they are not lying, you never caught them in a lie. These are like non-negotiables for your partner, okay? And this is something everyone already talks about. And if you haven't already raised the bare minimums for work, relationships, the interpersonal things in your life, I want you to kind of dive into that and see what you can do and what you can improve on, because these are non-negotiable things. So this makes you feel more aligned to your future self, your higher self, which, I always talk about. That's like the main idea on this channel, is your higher self, your leveled up version, okay? That person, that leveled up version, has standards. They have a bare minimum. They have non-negotiables that they do not negotiate with, right? That's the whole point of a non-negotiable. Now, I want you to set those same principles up for yourself. Non-negotiables, standards, like the bare minimum for yourself and how you treat yourself. Let's go into non-negotiables for your everyday. Making your bed, making a homemade breakfast, working out, some type of movement. In my personal life, I make sure every single day I am getting some type of movement in. Even when my steps are like very, very low and I haven't done a workout, I'm at least doing some stretches. Even when I'm walking up the stairs, because I have stairs in my house, I'm making sure I'm engaging my muscles. So I'm like mindfully connecting with my muscles as I'm walking up the stairs to get a little bit more of a workout in, almost like kind of the stairmaster or the stair climber. And then intentionally kind of go up a few more times, just so you can have a little bit of movement, a little bit of activation, so that you're never fully off on your physical activity. One thing I didn't mention about the making your bed in the morning is the making your bed in the morning is going to give you that sense of accomplishment and like achievement, like a check mark, kind of right at the beginning of your day. So there's no better way to start your day than just having that sense of accomplishment. Obviously, there's other ways to start your day. You can do prayer. There's better ways to start your day. But that is just going to be an amazing start to your day, is the sense of accomplishment. Even if it's small, even if you don't notice the difference and the change, the sense of just like, okay, I did something, I accomplished something, I checked something off my mental to-do list. You don't have to write it on your to-do list and make your bed, but just knowing that you did that for yourself, and it's like, it's okay, it's straightened out. Even if your life's a mess, at least your bed is not a mess. This is your place of sleep, your place of restoration, relaxing, rest, healing. Your body heals when it's sleeping. Your body purges, your body like detoxes, your body does everything naturally when you're sleeping. So you want to make that such like a sacred place. And even like right now, I'm looking at my bed as I'm talking and I have it made. And I personally do like work out every single day. Like I said, these are things that I follow myself. So I'm not just preaching to you guys and not following it myself. I genuinely do have non-negotiables for myself. I've definitely raised the bar for myself and I've seen the difference and the changes that it's made in my life. Another example of a non-negotiable you can have every single day is some type of mindfulness practice. So whether that be meditation, prayer, journaling, just have that period. I would like to say at least 30 minutes a day. You have 24 hours in the day. You can at least dedicate 30 minutes a day to some type of mindfulness practice and have this as like a non-negotiable. So even if you miss your prayer or you miss your meditation, at least do 30 minutes of just alone, like quiet time without your phone. This is kind of a non-negotiable for me as well. Someone that struggled with anxiety and depression, a lot of negative thoughts. Just having the mindfulness practice every single day is so helpful. I promise you guys, this is such life-changing advice. This is even tying into my other videos on like quiet and solitude and how like these periods of like fasting from your phone help you so much. This is the same idea. So just 30 minutes of mindfulness a day. That's my recommendation. You guys can do 15 minutes. If this is so new to you, you can just do 10 minutes a day of just mindfulness. So right before you go to bed or right after you wake up, just have 10 minutes, 15 minutes of just mindfulness. So any of the kind of things I've said, even when you're doing stretches, that could also tie into your mindfulness. Say you're just at the, like you have never started self-care in your life. This is like the first video you've watched. Just at least do 10 minutes of some type of stretching. And while you're stretching, you don't have any like phone, like you're not listening to music. You're just with yourself and you're breathing. You're just paying attention to your breath. You're paying attention to just what you're doing in the moment. This is going to be absolutely transformational for your health. This is your everyday, but you can always add to this. So let's say this is your bare minimum for every day. Now on Mondays, let's say you add an entire like an hour workout at the gym. Okay, that's on top of what your non-negotiables are. Before we go any further, I want to let you guys know that it's hard to upgrade everything by yourself. And it's hard to hold yourself accountable all the time. So I want you guys to know that coaching is available. Like there's therapy and there's coaching. Therapy is to get you to the bare minimum, the base. And then coaching is to get you thriving. It's above base level. Obviously you want to be good, but you also want to strive for greatness. Okay? So that's where coaching comes in. And that's where I will help coach you. I will help keep you accountable. I will help support you in your goals and give you that guidance. I help my clients make goals, keep them accountable. Every single week or second week we can meet, and then that's where we track your progress, track your growth, and then we can kind of shift, reevaluate, move things around. Okay guys, so if you guys are interested in that, I really suggest checking out my website. And like I said, we are doing group coaching. If you have any questions, let me know on my Instagram. How to stop giving yourself the bare minimum. Do you want to accept bare minimum from the people in your life? Okay, let's say a guy came into your life and he's giving you the bare minimum. You're not going to be very happy with that person. You're not going to feel very confident. Your self-worth is not going to be very high, right? Because you're accepting the bare minimum. So how do you think that translates to when you're accepting the bare minimum from yourself? You're treating yourself with the bare minimum. What does that look like in practical terms? Let's say you rank your day from 1 to 10. Do you let yourself go all the way down? Do you let yourself spiral? No, that's kind of like the bare minimum. You're giving yourself no help, no restoration, no rest for you. What is not the bare minimum? The bare minimum is some self-care, taking care of yourself, prioritizing your health. You can even do this with like your previous day. So right now, as you're watching this video, yesterday, were you giving yourself the bare minimum or were you giving yourself some good treatment? Well, I went to bed at 3 a.m. Why is that the bare minimum? Because you know it's not good for you. You know it's draining to you. Once in a while, absolutely enjoy life. But every single night, and you know it yourself, like you know you were just laying in bed, scrolling, that's not enjoying life. You're not even doing the bare minimum. Bare minimum is 8 hours of sleep. And you're giving yourself 6. That's self-destruction. Let's put this into practical terms. Let's say you had a pet and it needs 4 bowls of kibble a day, and you only give it 2 bowls of kibble a day. Isn't that animal abuse? If you need to rest, you feel physical, like burnt out, you're physically drained, tired, burnt out, you need to rest. You're not giving yourself the rest. You're not loving yourself. You're not caring for yourself. What does that translate to? How is that going to impact the rest of your life? How is that going to impact your self-worth? This is what I mean by raising the bar, raising your standards. You see, when I apply it to something else, an external factor, like an animal, or even a friend, treating a friend with the bare minimum. You see how it kind of makes you feel these senses of guilt? Like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't want to do that. But then reevaluate how you're treating yourself. You are your absolute first priority. Because if you're not good, the other people in your life cannot be good. They cannot see what it's like to be good. People treat you how you treat yourself. Going back to the animal example, what are you feeding that animal? I see so many videos of people giving their dog better food than they would give themselves. They're hitting every nutrient in that bowl. They're giving them like fresh, raw, like all these things that are going to be healing and helping. And so it's like basically like a multivitamin in food form for the dog in one meal. They're getting like the ultimate treatment. Best things for their gums, for their teeth, for their digestion, for their liver, for like everything. But then what are you giving yourself? What's in your plate? What are you giving? Like, what is the bare minimum? Raise the standard of what you are putting into your body. Look at something and think like, I don't want you to feel guilty. Like, I don't want you to feel like, I don't want to eat this. I can't eat this. This is so bad. Like, if I eat this, I'm a bad person. I want you to see it as like, why would I want to put something that's so processed, so toxic in my body? I want you to look at it like that. Like, I want to eat clean and not processed food, whole foods, because it's good for me and because I deserve better. I deserve to eat this good meal. Is it really a treat? If it's harmful, that's not a treat. A treat is going to the spa, right? Because it's good for you. It's good for you. It's healing. It's going to make you feel better. Eating some processed junk is not going to make you feel better. It's not going to make you feel better, right? Something that's an actual treat is going to make you feel good before, during, and after. If it's not making you feel good before, during, and after, it's just making you feel good like before and during, then it's not good for you, right? And you shouldn't really be embarking on it. Another way you can see this principle in action is evaluating how often do you betray your own word. If you tell yourself you're going to work out tomorrow and you're going to get a couple pages done of this writing assignment that you have to do, and the first thing you do when you wake up is you kind of procrastinate, you're on your phone, you're doing other activities that you still have to do, but you're not really getting to the ones that you told yourself you're going to do. This is kind of like the word you gave yourself. You said you're going to do this. And if you betray that, what does that do to your confidence? So practice. What does it mean to actually commit to your word? To not betray your word. Do your entire to-do list. Don't make your to-do list 10 items. Make it 3 achievable items. Do those. That's going to give you that sense of, yeah, I didn't betray my word. Right? That's raising the bar. That's raising the standard for yourself. Practice detaching yourself from you. View yourself from a third person. Picture yourself, you're on the balcony and you're watching yourself. How do you want to take care of that person? How do you want that person to take care of themselves? Walk even on bad days. Hydrate when you don't feel like it. In the past, your bare minimums may have been just brushing your teeth. If that's just the bare minimum for you, it's okay. Okay, we've all been there. But I want you to raise the bare minimum. So even on the worst of the worst days, you're doing way more than you would have done on your good days before. That's called upgrading your life. Worst days meaning I don't feel the motivation. That's where the discipline comes in. You're going to give yourself the bare minimum, and your bare minimum is going to be higher than before because you deserve it. Because that's just the way it is now. That's just the way it is. So now you walk regardless of how you feel. At least a certain step. So tell yourself, what's your bare minimum steps? Even if you're feeling your worst. And there's not really an excuse to this. There is certain excuses when it comes to like what food you can afford and how healthy, what grocery stores you can shop at. But when it comes to just 30 minutes of mindfulness a day, that's absolutely free. It doesn't cost $1 to just be by yourself and turn your phone off. Okay, if you're watching this, you have a phone, turn it off. 30 minutes. Okay. Another thing is just walking outside. That shouldn't cost anything. Walking up my steps in my house. I can just go right back down again, walk back up again, walk back down again, walk back up again. And now that I'm in the flow of it, I can do it a little bit more. Let's say your bare minimum is you're going to do 10 squats. Okay, you do your 10 squats. Well, now you're already like kind of in the mood for working out because you're already started. You're already on the mat. You're already whatever. You're kind of in the flow of it. Now you're going to do 20 squats. Or now you're going to do some lunges. This is where momentum comes in. And I've talked about momentum before. You guys can check out my older videos. But this is where it all starts. Increasing your bare minimum. What you do for yourself. Okay, that's it for my video, guys. Check out my group coaching, my one-on-one coaching. It's going to all be in the description box. My website's linked in there. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys for watching.